Alright, car's cleaned off. Been doing some adventuring in 8 to 7 inch deep snow. This is how much I love you guys, right here. Oh no. Don't tell me you're trying to back up, bro. Okay, good. He thought I was trying to pass him. He was trying to let me go around. He's like, oh, go ahead, bro. No. You keep going. You keep going. You people in Virginia got this on lock, dude. I'm not going to pass you. I'm going to let you do your business while I follow you. It is colder than a well digger's butt out here. So this is a bit of a first for me. The snowstorm has kind of come to an end. A couple of flakes falling here and there, but for the most part, the snowstorm has ended. I'm trying to explore this tunnel in just about right here. It feels like about six to 7 inches of snow, but over at my house it was 9 inches this morning. I'll tell you one thing though, Virginians, you got that snowplow stuff on lock, dude. I was like, man, I was watching we had one lane on a 2-lane highway, and then I get to Virginia, both lanes are open because those guys, you know what they're doing. Comes the snow, you guys have got it on lock. Anyways, we are on our way to the first tunnel, which is a mile long, which, as you can imagine, that's quite an undertaking. And then a quarter mile, maybe 1/5 of a mile long trestle, and then another tunnel in between the two. The other tunnel's shorter, but there's a lot of drainage through that tunnel. A lot of ice probably already built up and stuff. So anyways, it's gonna be a little bit of a walk here. Just a little bit. It's crazy. Somebody's already been walking through here. Makes me wonder who would want to walk through this. It's got quite a bit of snow in it, so these tracks are maybe a day old. I don't know, but someone's already been walking this. Interesting. And there's a little, some kind of refilling station, I think, for old steam trains over here. There's 2 silos right there. You see where like 2 cars would park in a 3-car garage, kind of sitting right there through the woods. I'm not gonna bother going out to it, but here's a clip I got when I was with my friends exploring it the other week. What else should I say in here? The schnozberries taste like schnozberries. Oh. There it is. The mile-long tunnel. That's the stuff. Also, let me know what you think of my setup here. Does this look like an apocalypse survival setup or what? This is pretty sick. I think I did a pretty bang up job here. If I'm gonna be walking through a mile-long tunnel, I am geared up for it. Oh yeah. Let's get it started here. That right there is the same kind of lamp I have right there. And right there is the same lamp. I got it from this tunnel. The first time I explored it, it was sitting down here at the end somewhere. But, whoop, slippy. Lots of water, lots of ice. It's pretty cold in here. And this tunnel is extremely long. 1 mile. And when it comes to walking through mile-long tunnels like this, we made it good. Alright. So here's lesson number 1 about walking through long tunnels. Not telling you to do this. Alright, I'm not saying do this. If you ever end up doing it, I'd rather you know how to do it properly. That right there is a notch. In a concrete tunnel like this, they put notches Now these notches can fit 2 people, but not comfortably. All right, that right there is what I would say is a 1-person notch. Now, when you get in there, you want to take off your backpack if you have one on. Take that off, and then squat. When you squat, you reduce your profile. That way the wind, if there is going to be a lot of suction coming through that tunnel, you're not going to get sucked out of your notch and come flying towards the train. Every 15 feet, there's a notch in the tunnel. Like that one right there, there's another one. That one's a lot smaller for some reason. But there's a regular notch every 15 feet. So there's another one right there. So it's a very important thing to keep an eye on your notches, because like this one right here, you can look at that and see there's a lot of debris right there. A lot of debris. You wouldn't want to sit in that notch. You want to keep moving. If a train entered the tunnel, you ignore that notch and move to the next one. That one's better than the last one, but you wouldn't want that one either. You look for a prime notch. A prime notch. Why does that sound so weird to say? Prime notch. You got a prime notch there, boy. You want to keep an eye on all your notches, because if a train does show up, you need to know exactly where you need to go to get out of the way. Now, if you were to get caught, okay, for a second there I thought I heard a train horn. Without a safe notch to go to, you can lie in that water. It can be very uncomfortable, but you can. There's another notch right there. That one's nice. That's a big notch. I keep that one. But you want to keep an eye on every single notch as you're walking through this tunnel, because once again, you don't want to get caught in this train tunnel as the train comes in and you don't have an idea where you're supposed to go. You want to have an idea exactly where you need to go right away. Okay? There's another good notch. It's a little bit of debris, but not too bad. I don't know if you guys saw it. If I did a good job with the camera work, you probably saw it. There was a date stamped on the outside of this tunnel. It said 1909. That's how old this tunnel is. When this tunnel was built, it was 1909. So this tunnel's been here a really, really long time. And that's probably why there's so many icicles and stuff up here, because there's so many lamps still. So many lamps in good condition. That's why there's a lot of icicles, because this tunnel's been sitting here so long, the water's finally eroded through the walls, and water pours through a lot of places. Look at that one icicle, though. Look at that icicle. That's insane. I'll have to get my phone out. Those icicles are massive, dude. Those are those comical ones that would impale people when they fall. Look at that. That icicle is massive, dude. These icicles are massive. What do you do with the brown? Nasty brown icicles. Yeah, but there's ice all the way up and down the wall there. Massive icicle there. And there. Whew. And there's the brown icicles in case you wanted extra flavor. Look, I thought I've been walking for a long time, but dude, I'm not even halfway yet. I'm still walking, and the end does not seem to be getting any closer. There was 15, 20 feet. Look for a notch. Here's another one. That's a nice notch. Like honestly, I'd love this notch if I had to. So cozy. Ooh. I could spend the day. Yeah. If a train came through here and I was standing right here, it's like a front row seat to a movie. Just like, heck yeah, dude. Give me some popcorn. Give me some popcorn and a Coke Zero, dude. I'll have a great time in here. You guys need to do a better job cleaning your notches, dude. You got some dirty notches, bro. Look at that. It looks so dirty, dude. Clean it up. So clean. Whoever does this side cleans it up, dude, you do a good job. Shout out to you. W notch cleaner. Somebody made an honest effort to clean that notch up. That's a -5 on the notch. You tried and stopped. Lack of effort. But the first time I came through here, I made a little video on what to do if you were to encounter. I'm going to link it up there. I'm going to put a card up there with the video link. Quick tutorial on how to properly avoid collision with a train. That thing is massive! What? Dude! So jealous. My icicles at home don't look anything like this. Yo, you got a nice icicle, bro. This tunnel's got nice icicles. Got icicles. So bright. Is that a train? What are you? Is the wall pooping? The wall's pooping and it pooped out a bunch of ice. Good thing I came out here when it was cold. This would be one stinky tunnel. You know, all them earth juices. That raises a big question. How long has it been since an actual train came through this tunnel? Because those icicles seem they're hanging down pretty far. Yeah, I honestly feel like a train definitely would have whacked those by now. What is that? That's a lot of ice right here. Look at this. Look at that ice. Big ice. Be careful how much I say ice. YouTube might demonetize me over that. No, that's a lot of ice, dude. What in the heck? I definitely think those icicles right there would have been hit by a train. Look at that entrance. Some Polar Express crap right there. Okay, a train has been through here. I can see those icicles right there have been cut off. That's a sharp cut off. I'd say a train's come through here rather recently. What kind of ice is this, dude? What kind of ice is this? That's ice that'll get you killed. Okay. So cool. So cool. Dadgummit. Now I need to pee. I need to pee. Oh, it's so cool, but now I need to pee. Alright, well, I'm going to take a picture of this because that's cool. That's really cool. And all this ice right here, that's cool. This is so sick. I'm so glad I came to do this. This is a vibe, dude. Everybody. Certified vibe. Vibe check complete. Certified vibe. Alright. Well, as Sun Tzu once said, not every pee-pee time is poo-poo time, but every poo-poo time is pee-pee time. I might have to do more phone recording, honestly, because at this point, my batteries all start at 33%. I just charged them last night, so the cold air is killing my batteries. I might end up having to use my phone a lot. Alright, well, we'll just keep going here. This is kind of sketchy. Having to walk across this over traffic. It's a snowy day. It's a snowy day on a Sunday. So, I don't think there'll be too much traffic, but I've walked across this bridge before and cops have seen me and they just honk and wave. So, I'm not too worried, but still. I want to turn this, if anybody does see me, I'm going to turn this upside down and like, make it extend out like I'm poking the tracks. Make it look like I'm doing something. Yeah, boy, I'm part of CSX. Norfolk Southern has me coming out here checking their tracks when it snows. Yeah, boy. This is definitely some piece of meteorological equipment that I'm using to measure how bad the snow is on these tracks. Yeah, look at this. Look at me. Look at me go, boys. I am measuring whether the tracks are good or not. Walking across open traffic like that, it's always nerve-wracking just because you never know who is going to see you. I'm just adding my dad lore, folks. My dad lore is extensive already, and it's going to get way better. This is what I live for right here. Roll my sleeves up a little bit. Sun's getting a little warm on the backpack. I'm thinking about checking my battery here. I think we're probably dead by now. Maybe just talking to myself and not the camera. It's crazy how quickly the cold air kills these batteries. Kind of cool, they got a train track down there too. That's the one that runs across the viaduct. Now this other trestle does too, but that other one is much bigger. At least 200 feet, something like that. 100, 200 feet. Not as big as the last one I was on, but yeah, buddy, it's a big trestle. Big old trestle. Really big, 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 big trestle. Whew. Here's our second tunnel, boys. This is a blasted tunnel. It just means that if a train were to come, you're not going to have a comfortable notch to sit in. You're either going to be sitting in the water, or you're going to be sitting curled up in a ball up against the wall, hoping for the best. It's not comfortable, but it beats getting hit by the train just about any day. Yeah, and this right here, This is your blasted tunnel. Now, the blasted tunnels are a little bit more sketchy because obviously it's not measured out. The train can fit through here, and if you had to, you could probably sit right there along the wall. Man, look at all this ice on the ground, dude. So slippy, so smooth. Ooh. Ah, oh, that's cold. Ah, that went right down my shirt. Ugh. Right down the neck. Ah. I don't know. Was that a good impression? That was right on my neck. But anyways, these blasted tunnels have one thing in common. They are very these blasted tunnels all have one thing in common. They are wide enough for the train, and if you had to, I mean, right there is a perfect spot. If you had to, you could lay right there and curl up into a ball and hope the train don't hit you with anything. But yeah, it's definitely, there is no standard measurement for, oh, good grief, dude, there's so much ice. Okay, cutting across. Oh, it's dripping on me. It's dripping on me. These tunnels that are blasted are not measured up. It'll be tight between you and the train, but your best bet is to sit up against this wall right here. And that's your only real bet. Some of that, like right there, you see that? That's not bad, but that's dry. And that's what you're hoping for, is a dry spot, because a lot of these times the water just kind of sits stagnant, like that right there. That's what you have to deal with most of the time, but that's very dry over here. So I know which side I'm going to duck onto if the train came in. But a little bit more stressful dealing with these kind of tunnels, but I've never come across one of these tunnels that was very long. If it's a blasted tunnel, more than often, it's very short. But pretty awesome experience. All this ice and stuff, dude, is really, really just a crazy vibe, because you don't get to see icicles that big very often. And then inside of a train tunnel, you know, a man-made structure, makes it a little bit cooler too. But that's just me. I don't know if you guys think so. Comment down below if you think that's cool. I'm a vibe guy. I like the vibe. And I'll be playing music right now as I'm walking, but obviously the problem with that is I would get demonetized right away. YouTube likes to kill the vibe. Dude, there's so much water. I don't know if you can see that. There's so much water coming from the roof. Oh, is that? I'm gonna go this way. More icicles. Lots of ice right there. Oh, dude, that's a lot of ice. That's a lot of ice. Oh, watch out. It's ice. Out of the tunnel. Whoosh. It opens up. It's like walking in Narnia for the first time. Dude, there's so much water. Oh, dude, that's so sick. It's so sick. Oh, that's so cool. You suck compared to this. I'm dying. I've gone to Narnia, dude. Look at this. This is so cool. This is so cool. That is what I like. Right there. That is what I like. That is awesome. All that ice, dude. So cool to see. Giant cliffs, like structure. You don't see that on the side of the road. That's so cool. Look at the ice buildup right there. I don't know if you can see that. Hold on. I'll help you. I'll help you. Right there. That is a ton of ice buildup. That is massive ice. So much ice, dude. I love that. That's so cool. Once again, so glad I came to do this. You know, that ice out of my tripod stand. At this point, I don't think there's going to be any trains today. I mean, it could be. I'm very much doubting the idea. This is just not a train kind of day, dude. Low battery, it says. It says low battery. You can see that, can't you? It says low battery. Right up there. But it's been running for 23 minutes on low battery. Comment down below if you guys love the vibe out here. The vibe of walking in the snow on some train tracks, dude. Just wherever the world will take me. Like if I could, and if I didn't have a job, dude, I'd actually just like immediately, first thing I do is hop on a train and just go somewhere. I just hop on some cargo freight train and just go down these tracks. Dude, there's so many dog tracks, dude. What are you guys doing? Well, why am I asking them what they're doing? I'm the one out here walking tracks. There's so many dog tracks though. There must be a groove of dogs that roam these tracks regularly. Thinking I might try to climb that real quick. Get a good view of the trestle there. See if I can. And that right there is the trestle. Sucker is about 100 to 200 something feet tall. I haven't got the exact measurements, but when I get home I'll put them right here somewhere, like right there. Change it from white like to the black outline. There you go. That way they could see it better. But yeah, that is the trestle, and that right there is the tunnel. Whew. So crazy, dude. The vibe sitting out here on top of this thing, the trestle over there covered in snow, the vibe of all this snow, dude, and when it falls down, when the wind catches it, dude, vibe. Well, let's get over there, hey? This is that giant trestle sitting a good solid 200 something feet off the ground. As you'll be able to tell here in a second when I stick it over the edge. You guys have a fear of heights. I don't know, look away from this part. But anyways, yeah, this is what I'm walking off of, right there. Massive. That right there is Clinch River. And this is the Clinch River Viaduct, I believe is what it's called. But it is something else to see in person being up here. I'm sure somebody will see me up here. Not a lot of people, because obviously the traffic is very light today with all the snow and the fact that it's Sunday. A lot of people are like, I don't want to go to work tomorrow. But it's quite a drop down. Quite a drop. Now the trestle right there, that's the much more active trestle because it's newer, lower to the ground, you know. It's way busier than this trestle is by far, but yeah, sum that up. That's how busy this trestle is compared to the other. I figured that the reason they don't use this trestle as much is because it's much older and it probably can't carry quite the cargo capacity they can nowadays. These diesel trains are much bigger and they can double stack trains now, take them that way, but this trestle, the tunnel, it's all much older and it's not quite suited for the trains they have nowadays. So, but once again, it's a massive trestle, absolutely humongous. Hey, if you see me up here, tag me on Instagram at the Mystery Seeker. I love this. This trestle's amazing. And somebody definitely walked across this. See the trail right there and right here. Someone did it rather recently, probably like 2 days ago, because the snow covered it up quite a bit, but not all the way. Anyways, I'll go ahead and turn this camera off. This is what you live for right here. That view is amazing. It's not quite like the morning hike I had for that other one, but dude, look at that water. It's so clear, dude. You can see all the way to the bottom. Crystal clear blue. That's nice. That is so nice, dude. Look at that. Be careful how much I step over because this is ice, obviously. But I don't want to slip off and die. Then I won't get to post my video. I'll go ahead and walk you all the way over to this wall where the cougar den and cave is, so you guys can see that real quick. Also, there was no lights on those lamps over there, so no train is expected. They might just be closed because this rock wall may be very unsteady because of the snow and the chance that there's going to be rock slides and stuff off the mountain from all the ice and snow accumulating. Yep. We have some animals. Did you jump off, buddy? No? You didn't jump off. Judging by the tracks, you just kind of did a loop-de-loop and went back this way. Okay. Whoever it was, he went that way. You know, I just followed some trail off in the woods there. Private property. Huh. Well, I would have never seen that sign if I hadn't followed this little trail here. A private person-owned property. Unlike that one gate. I had so many comments on that video that say, why didn't you go to the gate, dude? Why didn't you go to the gate? I looked at it and it looked like one of those train maintenance stations. You know, like they have a little offset, little facility. Since the Trestle's right there, they have an offset facility right there. They can just get up, drive it to the tracks, and then go repair it if it needs it. Versus, you know, taking a whole crew from who knows where, drive them all the way out there to do it. They just have an on-site location. Somebody goes out there, grabs a truck, drives out there and makes repairs. That's what it looked like to me. And I wasn't quite interested with the time I had on my hands. I didn't want to waste it because I didn't think it would be that interesting. But regardless, if I see trails like that, usually I'm kind of inquisitive of what that could be. Or in this case, yeah, I'm not really that interested in it because that just looks like somebody's personal property. Now these right here, when me and my friends came to explore that cave, I think we accidentally set one of these off. Those are little, I guess, collision detectors, old-fashioned clamps that when they clip shut, send some kind of signal down these wires to let somebody know that a bunch of rocks hit this fence, I guess, when they come off of this hill and they hit this fence like that one right there. When they come off and hit it, there's these little clamps at these little sections that go bang like that. When they clamp shut, it sends a signal down these wires that a rock slide may have occurred and the train driver ahead or whatever, they may just tell the train driver to stop or proceed with caution, that kind of stuff. Right there's the cave entrance. And it goes way down and then around. And part of me wants to think this cave was opened up because of the way they were probably blasting this hill here. They were blasting it, destroying it, and it just, the stress made that cave happen, and then it just kind of opened up. This little hallway goes down, way down, and then in this way. Don't know where it goes after that because each time I've gone in there, we were unprepared, and there's nothing you can really do about that. But yeah, right here, this little clamp system, I don't know exactly how it works, but we were climbing through here to get to the cave, and something right here clamped shut. When it clamped, the train that was supposed to be arriving was an hour later than it was supposed to be, and I believe it was because of that system right there. We accidentally tripped it, and somebody told the railroad system somewhere down the line. They notified the engineer that there may have been a rock slide and they need to proceed with caution. So they probably slowed down their entire route through here, and that's why they were so late to get here. Set up somewhere, clear off a spot to sit. I'm gonna sit here and eat some Doritos, spicy sriracha, tangy sriracha, whatever it is. Some sriracha Doritos and drink some water. Enjoy the view from the Trestle. Such a vibe out here, dude. It was such a cool experience, and it always is doing this kind of stuff because you could be one of those guys driving on the road and just look over the Trestle, think it's cool. But being up here and experiencing it for yourself is so much different. It is such an immersive experience to be up here where the trains travel so far away from that. Because everybody does that, but not everybody does this. This right here is an experience that very few people get to have. And me personally, I love to keep having this experience over and over and over. And as long as I can, I will. Having adventures, taking people places, going where a few people go. Such an exciting experience. Well, I found my seat. I'm going to sit right here. Alright. Well, let's see. Maybe a little bit harder to make that comfortable than I thought.
And on the menu today, we've got the lovely Doritos Golden Sriracha It's tangy sweet. It's a very artificially flavored. Bone twist on sriracha, pure gold. Absolutely and bang. Bussin', for you, for you. Look at that. Look at that. There is not a single whole chip left in there. But look at that gold. Look at that. I sound like Donald Trump. Look at it. It's amazing. You think that Mexicans make good chips? I'm telling you what, Doritos, they've been doing it right ever since they started. Quite frankly, it's amazing. It's amazing. Beautiful view. Beautiful. The only thing it's missing is a train. And if I'm not mistaken, that light is green now, so there may be a train coming. Hopefully there is. Dinner and a show. What do you know? Quite frankly.
I think it's recording. I hope it's recording! I really do! Anyways, walking back now after having my little lunch. Just want to show you guys this direction, you know, so you can see that wonderful river. It's got ice all along it though. See, it's even with this flowing river, it's still so cold it's got ice flowing out from the banks. It's probably iced over for a little bit there because it got really friggin' cold. And it's still pretty friggin' cold, but it was really cold.
Oh, I just got this massive icicle, dude. Oh, that looks like a lightsaber now. Look at it. It's so big! Hang on. I had to drop my flash. I can't. Okay, let me drop my glove. Put my flashlight in my mouth. That's so big, dude. That's so big. Hang on. Before I go back on. Oh, no, okay, hang on. It's a train coming. But anyway, look at him. I go. Oh, that was so big. Oh, I'm in a train tunnel, by the way. That's what I was trying to say. But, whoo, boy. Can I get another one? I'm going to try to. This one right here. Okay. Okay. Ready? All right, how cool. All right, if you can't tell, I have ADHD. I have ADHD.
I don't know why, but this one camera battery, it just went from 66% to 33%. Well, let's hope I get back to the tunnel and film me and my unbridled ADHD knocking down some icicles. There you go. They just think, oh, he's got some antenna, I guess that's what that is. He's communicating to the CS6 servers that the Trestle's still intact. Now that we're back, we're gonna knock down some icicles, bro. We're gonna knock down some icicles. Okay, I'm not gonna be able to reach. But you know what I can reach? This guy. Whoa, what are you doing? Oh, it's all ice. Dadgummit. It's all ice. Dadgummit. Okay. Yeah. Can't resist me. Oh, look at that. Boom. Ooh. Oh, yes. You're welcome, people. I just scratched an itch you didn't even know you had. Oh, yes. Boom. Oh. Nice. Yes. Ooh. There's definitely more of those throughout the tunnel, but that's just a taste. Ah, the ice. I can see why everybody doesn't like ice up in Minnesota. On Instagram, they keep saying something about ice. Now I know why. I need to go home. I need to sit down and I need to launch a torpedo. I got a log you can throw in the wood chipper waiting to be I need to shut up. I need to shut up. I need to use the bathroom. Buddy, feels good. Thanks for watching the video, guys. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, share it, subscribe, comment. It shows YouTube my content is worth viewing. Also, I have a Patreon link. I'll put a card up there, right there, for you guys to go check that out. It helps support the channel because I don't really get paid much to do this, and having a full-time job, it definitely limits how much of this I can do. But if I had 2% of all my followers across social media actually donated $1, I would be able to just do this for a living. Wouldn't mind supporting the channel. I'd appreciate it, and hopefully I'll see you soon.